Who here remembers Jade Dynasty? This was an MMORPG that I played, I think it was probably around 2010, 2011 after I finished playing Perfect World International. Both games were, interestingly enough, published by Perfect World Entertainment, who now continues to publish Perfect World, and recently announced that they are making a brand new Perfect World game titled Perfect New World, and I think that is the dumbest title they could have come up with, considering there is an MMO coming up called New World from Amazon Game Studios, and they have Perfect World. Like, Perfect New World, really? With all that creative genius you guys have employed, Perfect New World is the title you guys came up with. Now, I did a dedicated video on that earlier this week, and you know what? They actually announced that they are coming out with a new Jade Dynasty game as well. Now, Perfect New World was announced to be coming out on PC and consoles. There was no mobile garbage planned, but this new Jade Dynasty game, which, this game is called New Jade Dynasty World. Yeah, Perfect New World, New Jade Dynasty World. So, you know, they have a theme that they seem to be sticking to here. And that is just adding the word new in front of or during the title of their new game. So yeah. Now, before we go any further, let's go ahead and take a look at the trailer. They released a brand new trailer showcasing, or at least I'm hoping showcasing, the game. I think thus far, this seems to be a cinematic trailer. I mean, there are some really cute girls there. He does not seem very pleased, though, with what's going on. So what I'm hoping for here is that they are going to include gameplay in this trailer as well, that it's not going to be exclusively a cinematic trailer. I mean, like, I'm gonna be real with you guys here. While this does look cool, this would be much, much cooler if... Oh, here we go. We actually get some gameplay. That's what I was gonna say. This would be much cooler if we actually saw gameplay. And let me tell you, this looks pretty good. Yeah. The combat looks really good. Now, while the combat did look good from, I don't know, like the 15 seconds of the trailer we got at the end there, I'm not sure really what to think about this game. See, I played Jade Dynasty, again, back, like, I think it was around 2010, 2011, and I didn't play it for all that long because the game was very autoplay, and I'm not a fan of autoplay mechanics in my games. Not only would you auto path, but there was a feature in game where you could set yourself to auto combat, to auto grind, which meant that in essence what I would do is I would log in, I would play the game a little bit, and then I would just set myself to AFK auto grind for hours on end. This meant that I was not playing the game at all. No one that you saw out in the world was really playing the game. Everyone you saw, every character that was fighting monsters that you thought were questing, were all just AFK. So I'm not entirely certain what to think of this. I know that all we got was a cinematic trailer for the most part, and you know, cinematic trailers are very misleading. I know that the gameplay, I'm gonna go ahead and use quote unquote here, gameplay, because we did not see a UI present, was completely pre-rendered and could be entirely different to the type of gameplay that we get once the game actually has a playable form. See, the thing about these trailers is that they attempt to make it look as good as they possibly can. This gameplay might be entirely different to the gameplay that is present in game. There might be a very cluttered UI that makes the game almost impossible to actually see and enjoy. I mean, there's just so much about this game that we don't know. But according to an article on MMO Culture, which is where I've got this information from, they go on to state that new Jade Dynasty World is actually a PC game, PC exclusive, whereas New Perfect World is going to be a cross-platform MMORPG between PC and console. Again, no mobile garbage. Now, they do go on to state, crafted using Unreal Engine 4 and also developed in collaboration with NVIDIA, new Jade Dynasty World is a modernized version of the original Jade Dynasty. Similar to Perfect New World, this is not a remake, but this is a game with entirely new ideas, new features, new graphics, and more. You can expect familiar clans and locations to appear though. I know that there are plenty of you guys out there that played Jade Dynasty when it was available. I feel like a lot of people played a lot of Perfect World's games purely because they were free, and there were a lot of players that were willing to invest time into a free, very heavily pay-to-win MMO back in the early to late 2000s and 2010s. But I am definitely curious to see where this game is going to go. I feel like at the end of the day, this is probably going to be a very beautiful game. I feel like at the end of the day, this is probably going to be a game that attracts a lot of people because this has a unique theme that isn't really done anymore. With the closure of Swordsman Online, there really aren't any Chinese-themed martial arts inspired MMOs left. So the fact that we're getting New Perfect World, the fact that we're getting new Jade Dynasty World, the fact that we're actually getting Swords of Legends Online, all of these Chinese-inspired MMOs is really, really exciting for me because I am a huge fan of Chinese MMOs. I have been since I started playing them back in the mid-2000s. I'm a fan of the genre in movies and TV as well. Now, it is worth noting here, after everything is said and done, after they announced that Perfect New World is going to be a PC and console exclusive, after they announced that new Jade Dynasty World is going to be a PC exclusive, they did go on to announce that they are making a new Perfect World mobile game, also titled Perfect New World. This is going to be completely disconnected from the PC and the console version, but not just that, they're also making new Fantasy Jade Dynasty, which is a mobile game as well, meaning that they have two Jade Dynasty mobile games that are going to release simultaneously and run concurrently alongside one another, but that are also going to be completely disconnected from new Jade Dynasty World, which again is going to be a PC exclusive. And I know, trust me, I know this is all very, very complicated, but for those of you that are interested, I'm going to have a dedicated video coming out later this week discussing every single one of Perfect World Games' new games that are coming out. And let me tell you, man, they have a lot. I kid you not. This is a very exciting time to be interested in both the MMORPG genre and the mobile genre. And I'm hoping you guys are at least interested in one of those two, because we have tons of games to talk about and we have tons of games to cover. Anyway, guys, that is everything I wanted to talk about with regards to new Jade Dynasty World. Much like Perfect New World, I think this is an absolutely ridiculous, stupid name, but you know what? I'm not in charge of these things, so you know what? At the end of the day, if we're gonna call these games New Jade Dynasty World, and we're gonna also have a mobile game also titled New Jade Dynasty World, then we're gonna have to come up with some way to differentiate between the two. But you know what? Anyway, that is what it is. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more information, more content like this, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.